Hello, welcome to the Occupied Hexcast. I'm Andrew Orvidal. The stream is being all funny before we launched it. How does it look out there? It's kind of freezing up on my end. If you're watching this, how does it look there? Is it crappy or great? It was being weird as I was getting ready to launch it. I got it looks good now in chat, so that's all I needed to hear. Welcome to the Occupied Hexcast. I'm Andrew Orvidal. Tonight we're going to be streaming a game that I created called DUSTER. It's currently on Kickstarter. If you want to check it out, I'll put the link in chat. But yeah, this is a game that takes place in a post-apocalyptic future where these scattered survivors of these terrible times have rebuilt the world into kind of a Western aesthetic, but also with like cars and trucks and motorcycles, and because that stuff's cool. Yeah, kind of like an Old West Mad Max smash up vibe. Yeah, so tonight we're going to be starting a 2-shot. I like to play 2 shots because the characters can kind of come into their own instead of us just like, flooring the gas pedal the whole time. We get 2 episodes to kind of explore these characters and send them on an adventure. And yeah, I'm really excited for tonight's cast. The past few games I've been running really small, like little duos, because I like those. Those are fun. But I also like a full cast. And tonight we have a full cast. We have 4 players. So without further ado, let's start bringing them in. Up first, he's no stranger to Duster. He's a comedian. He is the illustrator for our show Better Than Heroes, which you can watch every Monday at twitch.tv/Better Than Heroes. Please welcome Jordan Doll.
Hello,
Jordan. Thank you so much.
I'm here. I'm ready to die in the desert.
Perfect. Yeah, the last adventure you went on, I think, was kind of a grim. The game is really adjustable in terms of how granular you want to make the survivability. And poor Jordan got put into one of the extreme.
Yeah, we went through the murder box, and we specifically did not die in the desert. We actually executed.
You triumphed.
A complete triumph. It rocked, which is one of my favorite parts.
It was a rough game.
It was rough, but by the end of it, we were the monsters.
It all worked out.
They were locked in there with us.
Yep. And up next, this player, also a comedian, also a member of the Better Than Heroes crew. I think he's probably played more Duster than anybody. He's played a lot. He's RPG genius who is great to test games on. Please welcome Aaron Urist. Aaron, thank you for doing another Duster adventure.
Thank you. Any excuse to play Duster is
hell yeah.
So excited.
Cool. Yeah. And up next, he's an illustrator for Stream of Blood. He's also one of the illustrators for the Duster book that will be shipping to y'all in February. He's a huge part of why the campaign was even successful. You can see his cool art there on the Kickstarter campaign, and you can see his great horror art on Stream of Blood. Please welcome Will Pottorff.
Hey everybody!
Well,
Wiki Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, not what? Okay, yeah, it's good to be here.
Keep going.
Thank you.
They were feeling it.
Yeah,
and thank you for letting your skull watch. That's very kind of you.
Oh yeah, as always, I'm surrounded by the macabre, so
perfect.
it's the environment I create.
You said that like you didn't put that skull there.
Oh no, that's
somebody else is putting macabre stuff all over your house.
Well, I have a fiance. She's constantly buying weird things. That's well, it's wonderful. It really is. Actually, we just bought a Victorian doll from a Savers, which is
well, that's guaranteed haunted.
Yeah.
Savers only accepts haunted stuff. Wow.
You don't go to antique shops anymore, or like needful things. You go to Savers for your cursed items.
Yeah, I've been there. How about that weird little box that the Hasidic guy tried to take away from me?
Oh.
It's the savers. I love it. Cool. And last but not least, this person is also a comedian, also a member of the Better Than Heroes crew, but playing Duster for the first time. Please welcome Rachel Weeks. Thank you so much for jumping in, Rachel. So we got a sweet 4-person crew. I love it. Did any of you all have any questions before we pull anchor get started here? I'll let you all introduce your characters in game. You'll have an opportunity here to introduce who you brought to play. And if you're watching this and you have any questions about the game, you can ask them in chat. I'll try to answer them. I'll also be explaining how the game works as we play, because this is Rachel's first time playing, and I'm sure some of the other players could probably use reminders.
Quick question on the injury you rolled for at the beginning. Is that you just put an X in the box, or is the number that goes there?
Yep,
Right.
an X. Yeah, there's no. I'll show the people watching these character sheets. These are the placeholder character sheets. They won't be the final ones, but there's a little like body sec. Well, I'm not even going to try to hold it up to the camera. Anyway, not with the light. It'll just be a pure white sheet. Anyway, there's a little body section where you can track injuries and broken parts and radiation and armor you have equipped. So you can get specific. You can get hurt in specific places, and you can hurt other people in specific places. Cool. So without any further dilly dally, let's get into tonight's game. I'm very excited. So this game opens up on the sun-hammered sandy flats of an area that's a bit south of a place called Black Iron City, which is one of the larger cities that the residents of this world would be familiar with. It's a pretty successful settlement considering the circumstances. But this area south of it is just pretty barren and pretty desolate. And as we start the game, there's a pack of 4 wild dogs fighting over a torn up and decayed arm, like a human arm. They're kind of tug of warring it and growling at each other. And in the distance, there's a rumble like thunder. There's like storms are not uncommon out in this area, and there's like a kind of an ominous rumble reverberating in the distance, and the dogs, they don't like let go of the arm, but their ears all prick up, and they kind of look, and on the far horizon there's like a stain of dust, which again, there's huge dust storms that'll whip up from time to time and devastate the land. But this is not a duster. This is not a dust storm, and this thunder in the distance grows into a roar, and then it's like a cacophony of mechanical screams of engines hammering against the ground, throwing up dirt and sand as out of the shimmering heat, 4 silhouettes kind of coalesce as if they were like liquid becoming solid, as 4 figures on vehicles, 2-wheeled motorcycle vehicles, hurtle across the plains.
Motorcycle style vehicles.
Yeah, well, some of you got creative. I was gonna say motorcycles, and I was like, well, I don't want to like get into with anyone.
It's us, thank God.
Yeah.
I was like, are we watching this?
Yeah, the game is just watching
like
the
bad
scripts.
guys.
Yeah.
From 4 wild dogs.
It does seem like bad
4
guys, and it's you.
dogs.
You 4
It's
are
us.
those bad guys.
We're those wild dogs.
Those dogs just
We're
they
bad?
scatter. If you
Bad to the bone.
that's up
It's
to
good to be bad.
you all, but
Yeah.
you certainly cut an imposing entrance as you make your way across the plains. So now, if you'd like to introduce who you brought to play, your character, tell us your specialty. Your specialty is, in essence, your class. And if you want, tell us some of the talents that you chose. Talents are the way you kind of customize and spec out your character. And yeah, any other tidbits? Tell us what you look like. Tell us what you named your bike. Yeah, just anything you want. And we'll just start with Jordan here.
Sure, I'm playing a brawler in this motorcycle gang, kind of the muscle. My name. Nobody knows my name. I'm a character known simply as the Governor. And I am a gigantic muscle-bound weirdo with metal teeth and a top hat that fits him weirdly. It does fit him. And all I can say is, in it. And I have a club with nails in it called Maggie, and I have a motorcycle that is strangely from what a gruff, unkempt figure I cut. It is very well taken care of. He takes care of this thing. So the club is named Maggie, and my motorcycle is named Margaret.
Maggie and Margaret.
Your two Irish daughters.
Yes.
Perfect.
I have driver, grappler, pugilist, and close combat special.
Great. So yeah, somebody who you don't want to get close to in a fight unless he's on your team.
In it.
In it. Yes, love it. Great. And also, I asked this crew what name they would like for this motorcycle gang. They threw out some great ideas, and I'll just pluck one from the pool of great ideas. They are known as the Push Hounds. Push in this world being gasoline.
I'm a little surprised that's the one you picked.
Oh yeah? Why? Which one?
I mean, I thought it was gonna. Well, just Jordan sent one that I sort of thought had ended the discussion.
Oh, no, the Raccoon Lords?
Push Hounds is very good.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody landed. Nobody seemed to land on anything. It was.
I saw that and I was like, "Yep, that's it. Don't need."
Okay, if in this moment, if it's your gang, I don't want to.
Push Hounds is cool.
I threw Push Hounds in there, but like no, Jordan's I thought was like, okay, yeah, that's the one. Like Overlords, like.
Okay, well I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't realize there was an unspoken.
Okay, I didn't either.
Raccoon.
No, that was me.
Raccoon Lords. It is. Nope. I'm crossing out and correcting it. Raccoon Lords. Great. So we've met the governor.
Can you imagine staring down a gun while a guy says, "The Raccoon Lords run this territory"? What?
I mean, this is the world.
I mean, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out exactly what that looks like, and
you can tell by our little masks.
Pretty good.
We found some mascara.
Insane.
But
cool. So,
scary.
How about Aaron? How about you? Want to go next?
Sure, man. My character's name is Carrot Packard, and I'm a Iron Jack and a mender and a wrench and a driver and a blackfinger man.
And what was your name?
Carrot Packard.
Carrot?
Yeah, Carrot. I don't think anyone in the world of Duster knows what a carrot is.
Carrot Packard.
But that's my name, Carrot Packard.
I just want to make sure I had heard correctly.
And I'm a very small fella. I kind of look like a horrible little goblin a little bit. I have white, I have sort of elongated features. I'm about 4.5 feet tall. I've got kind of a little bit, sort of getting long white hair and a white mustache. And yeah, man, my motorcycle is since I'm so small, I'm able to kind of customize things a little bit, and it's kind of this weird wasteland catamaran kind of a vibe going on. There's a body of a motorcycle in the middle, but there's these two weird weights and like a platform, and it's got some sails on it and stuff.
Very cool. Love it.
Carrot Packard. That's me.
Carrot Packard.
Carrot Packard.
I like when I think I heard something incorrectly.
I can keep
like,
going.
Oh, it was 100%.
Yeah, no, it's definitely carrot. I've got my Raccoon Lords, patch jacket.
Perfect.
And I've got like a bandolier tool belt. That might be a little too cool for Carrot Packard. I don't know if I do have that. But I do have the jacket, man.
I like it. Cool, like a vest or something.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Will? Who did you bring?
I am playing as Hess, who is a Iron Jack. He is
What the
you
fuck, man?
It's
What?
okay. It's okay. There could be
I'm
more than
kidding.
one.
I'm kidding. I'm just doing a
I
little
don't know.
bit.
All right, I'm just look. There can be multiple Iron Jacks in the crew. Okay, I'm just Hess. Okay, no stress, no mess, just Hess. Okay, you know. Yeah, no, he's just kind of like a like a kind of sinewy, tall dude with a leather vest with like studs and like all kinds of like stuff just sticking, like items and stuff like that. And he's got like, well, just to go down the list, he's a mender, driver, blackfinger, and dog handler. So he's got a buddy, his dog companion, Bud the Spud, or sorry, Spud the Bud. Mix that up. Yeah, it's the only because Hess used to be a family man, and then a bunch of raiders came in and like killed his whole family. But he was saved at the last moment by a bunch of raccoon overlords. And they saved him along with his dog, and he's like kind of indebted to them. And now he rides the wastelands and everything, and he's just trying to make a living and have a good time with some guys he owes his life to.
What'd you say the dog's name was?
Spud. Spud the Bud.
The Bud.
Yeah.
Like all these
And I painted him.
vegetable names. I love it.
Yeah. I painted him like a raccoon too, I use doggy safe paints in the DUSTER universe, so
so like
it's ethical.
ash and charcoal.
He wears little like doggy riding goggles, and
Oh,
then when
absolutely.
you take them off,
Love
Yeah.
it.
There
And
you
you have
go.
a sidecar. You have a sidecar, right?
That's true. I do have a sidecar for Spud. He sits there, And
Full disclosure, before character creation, without knowing what Will had made, I emailed the group and asked if I could have a sidecar with a dog in it.
Yes. And I was like, I'm sorry, Will already beat you to that.
Yeah,
And there could be
incredible.
absolutely no way I could cobble together a serious adventure with
You know what?
multiple
Four
dog
dogs.
sidecars.
4 sidecars.
It turned out to be a good thing, man.
I have a
That's how I found
dog
Carrot.
sled for the sand. It's great.
Amazing. All right. And Rachel, how about you? Who have you brought?
I am playing a character her name is Nona Sal. Nona, her first name, she goes by Sal. Nona meaning grandmother, and she's an old scaver. So she's kind of a weird little grabby old lady with long waist length gray hair and no teeth. She's a toothless lady. She also wears a giant helmet, like star-spangled helmet on her head. It is too big for her, so it bobbles around a little bit, and she rides across the desert. She wears the same leather jacket as both Hess and Carrot, but hers has a lot of streamers attached to it, bits of flags and net and little bits of cloth. So when she rides, she bobbles and she flaps. There's a lot of movement going on.
Wasteland flair.
Bobble and flap.
Oh yeah,
Love it.
She picks up. It's less the shiny bits for her these days, and more just bits of cloth that she sort of adds to this look. Ever since she left her sort of scavenging lifestyle, she's been a little bit more garish, going away from the camouflage and more into color and life. So she's an older looking woman. She's like super tan, leathered skin, long gray hair, but she's a little younger than she looks. Still, her favorite deception is pretending to be an old lady and then robbing people. Or catching them by surprise. She is a sneak. She's a driving sneak, deadeye, ranged weapon. So she's got a long silver rifle that slings over her shoulders, and she knows how to use it.
Love it. Excellent. I love all 4 of these characters. These are great.
I forgot to mention that I have a goggle monocle. I wrote that down on my character sheet and forgot to
Perfect.
mention it. So
I love it. Yeah, just like broken aviator goggles you put diagonally across your face. Amazing. Great. I love it. So you four are part of a slightly larger motorcycle gang known as the Raccoon Lords. Definitely not one of the larger gangs out here in the Wasted Plains. But you kind of hold your own. You're making a name for yourself. But yesterday, when you all woke up, your crew's Stitch, an old woman named One Thumb, because she would always brag that she could fix you up with just one thumb, was missing. She like patches you all up when you get into fights and tussles and whatnot. And she wasn't there when you all woke up after a night of whatever you do when you're in a city. And so the leader of your gang, a man named Vel, who's a bit of a lunatic, he paints his face with ash like a band around his eyes, and he wears a lot of raccoon tails kind of all over him, but shirtless on top and a belt of raccoon tails and like leather pants.
Nice.
After a bit of investigating, you all sussed out that One Thumb did leave Black Iron City. The guards did see her leave, but you don't know which direction she left in. She left with some other people. The guards didn't really have any other information than that. She was just kind of being ushered out of the city. And so Vel has sent you all south to investigate, while Vel and the rest of your gang checks north of the city. And you're all supposed to reconvene in Black Iron City when you either find One Thumb or you're pretty sure that she's not down here. And this area is pretty dangerous. You all aren't sure if Vel sent you down here because you're like the elite members of the Raccoon Lords, or because you're the most expendable members of the Raccoon Lords. But you four were designated to come down here. And the only other detail I'll ask of you all, I know you're wearing your jackets, your gang colors. All gangs have like flags that they might fly, or they'll paint on their bikes if they're like never going to like some of the bigger, like really dangerous gangs. They will paint their colors on their bikes because they're never going to take them down. They never have to worry about getting intercepted by another gang. But for a gang the size of the Raccoon Lords, you would probably run flags. So it's up to you all if you are running your flags or not on the back of your bikes. And also, you can just tell me what that flag looks like, because I'm sure you'll have a cooler version of it than I would.
Let's see here. It could be of a raccoon.
Concentric gray and black circles is kind of cool. It's very graphical.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Or like a raccoon, man.
Yeah. I think raccoon would be cool.
No,
What if it's like all ratty, like a raccoon's been bothering at it?
Oh yeah, no, they're not clean flags. For
Yeah,
sure.
that's a given. The
Covered
flag
in
will be
ketchup and hot dog water.
What if it's like a raccoon hand holding a knife or something?
tiny little claw.
They're overlords, so maybe it's got a scepter,
Like a
There you
crown or
go.
something.
like a crown.
How
Yeah.
about this?
It's like a gear shift, like as the scepter, and it's got a crown around it. That's
Ooh, yeah.
like
I love
Of
it.
raccoon tail.
Rachel as
Of
the
raccoon.
only graphic designer in this crew. bring
I'm
in the
only
graphic
one with
design.
no
yeah.
art
Yeah.
skills. So,
These are all great. Yeah, it would be something that you want people to recognize at a distance, so that it's a way that you would communicate, not only with your allied biker gangs, but a way to warn off
ooh, What if
other
it's more like a
people from-
pennant and it looks like a raccoon tail?
Ooh.
It's like
yeah,
one of
now
these,
there's-
and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like black
hey.
and gray.
Yep.
How about-
yeah.
how
Oh,
about this?
yes, yes.
Instead of a flag at all, we fly raccoon tails.
Sure,
Cool.
on the end
Either-
of it, like
either one.
antennas.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I agree with yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Perfect.
Love it.
Great.
Get out there. It smells gross.
Well, you can't really see
Yeah.
that.
All the hair is flying off of them.
I always
Flapping.
thought that our name is like raccoons are the lord of stuff, but it's more like we're the lords of raccoons and we take their tails. Kind of messed up.
Oh yeah.
You know, I never really thought about that when I joined this game, but
I know. Took a
It was a
long
little
time to
weird.
get used to it.
yeah.
Sal's got extra raccoon tails on her bike just because she keeps finding more of them and isn't throwing them out.
My question is, where's all the raccoons?
Oh, they
I
come
don't
out at night
You
around
know,
a city.
No, I mean,
around
like,
some
we
of the
keep
towns
finding their
and cities?
tails, but, like, where are the little fuckers, you know?
Oh.
I'm just gonna shout this. I think we might be responsible with, making them a little bit more endangered with just,
Yeah.
the existence of our game, cutting
Well,
off all their
why do we
tails,
never see any raccoons? Because
Yeah,
we're
that's
cutting
actually-
their tails off all the time.
using them as colors.
Are we riding our motorcycles while we're having this
Yeah,
conversation?
I'm yelling.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
reasonable.
maybe you're yelling over the roar of these engines as you're driving south. But yeah, I was just wondering, are you running? Are you running
Oh, right.
up your flags or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think we're
Fuck
loud
yeah,
and
bro.
proud.
But we're having a discussion about what this really means, and like, well, maybe we should
It
really
stands
rethink
for
it.
states' rights.
Symbolism in biker gangs. Yeah.
Yeah.
great.
I don't mean that. I'm not that kind of person. Anyways,
That's okay, Carrot. I don't judge.
Yeah, y'all are just yelling about raccoons driving south. And up ahead as you're driving, you can see you get fairly close to actually kind of focus in on it because of the shimmering heat radiating off of the ground. But there's like a burned out hulk of a car up ahead in the distance. And it's like lying on its side.
bummer.
It is a bummer, Carrot.
What is it, Governor? What is it, man?
What do you
wanna
see?
say? Yeah, for far out.
Are you upset about the car being turned over, Governor? Or
It's hard to read. I could stop and take a look at it.
do we check it out? Or yeah,
I mean, it's definitely on fire. I can tell from here.
It looks like it was
was
on
on
fire.
Oh,
It's
shit.
not currently.
I fucked it up. It's not even on fire, man.
Yeah.
It was on fire.
I think
always get those.
I think I'll kind of break formation and head on over to this thing. I think he's interested.
Cool.
Nona's less interested. She knows like most things would have burned up in the fire.
I'll follow him. I'll pull it. I think I steer with I've got reins that are attached to the front of my motorcycle. I steered over that way.
You're gonna creative yourself right into the deepest shit later in this adventure.
Whatever, man. Let me do it.
Oh, I am.
What?
No, I love it. I like. Yeah, maybe
I'm
use a
weird
sail.
little dude.
Yeah.
I've got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got a motor, but sometimes you can turn the sails on. Well, you don't turn the sail. I don't need to explain to you how sails
I got
work.
it.
The wind gets in them and makes you go.
Yeah, I think if,
Yeah.
Carrot, I've heard this conversation a number of times. And
I'm sorry.
Nona will take a look at the wreckage with the spyglass in her long arm.
Cool. So you can give me a focus roll, Nona, and you can add 1 to the roll. So when you roll a skill in the game, you roll 1d6. If you roll a 6, you add 1. If you roll 1, you subtract 1. And then you add whatever core modifier you might have, and for focus, that's mental. So if you've got a +1 there,
so
you
I'm keen in focus.
So you get to roll twice.
So I roll 1 dice twice and then add 1 to the better one.
Yep. So it's like rolling an advantage in D&D.
Right, yeah.
You roll twice, you take the better result.
That one's off the table. Hang on.
And you'll be adding 2 because you're using the spyglass.
Sure.
That
is a 5.
Great. Then so that is a success. So yeah, you can kind of see through your spyglass as the governor, you could kind of see him kind of cutting around and like taking it in. It is a burned out car that's kind of flipped up onto its side. You could see there's definitely a body in the driver's seat. And there's another body lying like face down in the dirt. And you can see this as well, Governor, as you are kind of circling around it. It's a scene that you would not be unfamiliar with as you travel in these wild spaces between the scraps of civilization. This is a sort of thing that you probably see with disturbing regularity.
Yeah. The governor's gonna kind of tighten his circle towards this specifically the person's laying face down on the ground and keeping an eye out for, trappery.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Trappery. Yeah,
exactly.
That's what it is. Classic Game Master trappery. Cool. Yeah, you can kind of see there's it seems to be the body of a man. He's like scorched. It's clear that he was unfortunately involved with the burning of this car, it looks like.
Yeah. I'll walk right up to him and flip him over.
Cool. Yeah, he's very dead and stiff, and he just kind of like rolls over and is he's all burned up on his front as well.
So you got anything? I'm gonna search him.
Great. Give me a focus roll as you check them all
I'm
out.
not very good at this, and I think you guys would probably know as you see Governor start to search him with his boot. Kicking him in the face and nudging it around and stuff.
I'm happy to roll in now that I've seen that it's more dead than trapped.
I did get a 5 on that focus.
There you go.
Cool. You find in his boot, he doesn't have anything in his pockets. It looks like he's been turned over a bit, but in his boot you find a little delicate silver necklace that is not the sort of thing that you would find in your modern world in terms of like craftsmanship. It's just like, that the old granddads who are that's what you call the people who came before the apocalypse had ways of working metal like really delicately and had the use of metals that you can't make. And this is a little delicate silver chain, and it has a little shape on the end of it.
I think as Nana comes walking up, I'll kind of pluck this out of the boot and hold it up and go, and it
like it kind of twinkles in the sun in a way
that snatch it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And sort of wander off to examine the sparkly twinkly.
Cool. Yeah, it weighs like nothing in your hand. It's odd to hold something that is shiny and metal, but it's almost like you don't have anything at all in your hand.
She'll spin it like a whistle.
I love it.
It's for signaling people across the desert.
It does seem to twinkle.
It's for I don't know, I like it. She'll throw it in her pocket and take a look at this other body.
Yeah, I'll follow Nana up to the car.
Cool. Yeah, the driver looks like he's been shot twice and was burned. You can see the kind of exit wounds and like the hole in the side of his head and in his neck. And the other body did not appear to be shot, but this person has been shot and then burned.
Is there anything on them? I'm gonna dig around in their pockets. I guess I'd have to open the door.
The door is the way that the car is flipped. This door is shut, but you could like drag him out through the front of the
I can
space.
I can do that.
Yeah. She will try to drag him and be mostly in the way.
Yeah, you can both kind of pull this corpse out. And yeah, you can give me a focus roll if you like.
Is the whole car like burnt up? Is it like burnt to a crisp? Is this a burnt husk of a car?
It is, yeah, without rolling. It doesn't look like there'd be much salvageable unless you wanted to take some scrap metal. Because it looks like it burned and then it probably blew up when the gas tank went.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a. But you can give me a focus roll anyway if you want, Governor. While
sure.
Sal
I got
is
a 5
checking
on
out
this one as well.
this body. Cool. You find in the pocket of this driver there is a bone, like little chit with a number kind of carved onto it, and it's not painted, but they use like ash or something to like make it clear. And without needing to roll for it, you know that this is when you go to Black Iron City, you're not allowed to bring guns into the city, and you leave them with the guards, and they give you a little chit for your gun. And this is the chits that they use are these made out of these little bone chits. So whoever this is was in Black Iron City at some point.
And has a gun to be picked up.
And they did not, pick up their gun.
In it.
All right.
What'd you get there, Governor, on your study of
0.
this car? Yep, it's a burned up car. Nailed it. How about Hess and Carrot? Your two companions here, you kind of are watching them. They've kind of turned over these corpses, and you saw Sal found something real shiny that she took a cotton to, and they're kind of just checking out the scene. What are you two doing?
Yes, I'm sort of scanning their eyes and making sure that it's not some kind of weird trap. I mean, not really a weird trap. It's kind of the most common trap.
And Duster, yeah.
It happened once. You guys fell for it once. Game.
So many times. And we'll continue to fall for it every time, man.
Yeah. Go to the saloon, have a good time, have a few drinks.
Yeah, no, we will always examine the burned up car every time.
I love it.
I can't help myself.
Cool. Yeah, nothing without needing to roll for it. Like nothing is moving around you as you kind of, your motorcycle is idling, and the only things moving around is your two companions checking the scene out.
Anything good? I'll say as I kind of pull up alongside him.
There's like the creak of sails and the clatter of a motorcycle engine. It's like you're hearing a motorcycle and a sailing ship pulling up.
Yeah.
She'll flash the bone chit at Carrot and lob it his direction.
Yeah. No, just kidding. I'll take a look at it.
Somebody came from Black Iron City.
Ooh, they forgot their iron too. Not bad.
Won't be forgotten much longer.
Maybe it's some kind of secret stash. Who knows? Probably just some ratty pistol.
We're swinging by to check.
Sounds good to me. Get a little drink?
In it.
Well said, Governor.
I know you hate it when I drink. I'm just kidding. You love alcohol. Well, should we head out, or I could check the wreckage for scrap or something?
Yeah, not much to see here. It looks like it's burned up.
Well, do we know who these folks were or anything
Yeah,
like that? Any
By looking at it,
identification?
do I have any idea maybe what kind of car this could have been? Who it could have belonged to?
Give me a focus roll, and the higher you roll, the more information I'll give you.
Okay, man. That's going to be a 6.
All right, that's a pretty good roll. This car, you don't know who it belonged to. You don't, as a member of a biker gang, you don't generally like fraternize with a lot of people who drive cars. Your world is people who have these two-wheeled vehicles or even weirder vehicles like yours, and so you don't recognize this specific car or these people, but you do recognize, especially being an Iron Jack yourself and having some familiarity with the workings of the cars. This car was outfitted to be what's called a plains runner, which is a car that's built for speed on flat ground. You can kind of like customize vehicles in one of two ways, as a plains runner or a bushwhacker. And bushwhackers are made for really hairy off-road terrain, and plains runners are meant for flat out spaces like this one that you're in. So yeah, it was probably a pretty fast car and a pretty solid ride before somebody blew it up.
It is Plains Runner. Just see, there's two ways you can customize cars.
Well, do tell.
This fella, and I'll gesture to the guy we pulled out of the seat. It's like took 2 in the chest. This one didn't seem to be shot at all. And something went down, and they didn't keep the car themselves.
In it.
Yeah,
Or
Governor.
did a very
I
good
agree.
job of looting the bodies. So
That's
they weren't
true.
here. They weren't here
Maybe.
for trinkets.
Yeah, maybe they were looking for something specific.
Mm.
They got him though. This is a fast car. You get a fast car like this, you get a ticket to anywhere.
Mm.
In any case, it's not really a.
It's like Tracy Chapman.
Yeah.
It's the only music that survives the apocalypse.
You found an old Tracy Chapman CD that you jerry rigged to play on your sailboat motorcycle.
Mhm.
So you can't even make the music play. You've just read the lyric book over and over again.
Yeah, it's my Bible.
And made up your own tune.
Great fast
Tracy
car.
Chapman's a hell of a poet.
Amazing.
Mhm. Well,
Yeah, what would y'all like to do from here? You're kind of just standing around this this scene of this accident. Well, it's not an accident. It was a
Murder.
murder.
oh, right. And we're supposed to be finding.
You're looking for
Man,
one thumb, the
One
stitch
thumb,
for
that's
your
right.
crew, the only stitch you have in your crew, and she's been your stitch ever since all of you were jumped into the gang.
Yeah, patched me up right after my family got murdered. So, I owe one thumb.
And
That's
we
it,
know we know she came out of, was it Black Iron City?
Mm-hmm.
And we just don't know which direction she went.
Right.
Yeah, you all weren't sure, so the leader of your bike gang, Vel, sent you all to the south to hunt for her, while he took the rest of the gang and went north.
From Black Iron City.
Yes.
Oh.
So you're a ways south of Black Iron City.
Mhm.
So we can't go back and pick up these guns.
You can
That's
do
bummer.
whatever you want.
Well, but
Mm.
what the boss, I forget his name. Man, I
Val.
probably remember
Val.
that guy's
Yeah,
name.
Val. Yeah.
Val.
It's really probably not a great thing that I always forget his name. But does that say more about me or about him, man?
I think
You know?
that says a lot about why we're down south without the rest of the group here, and
Garrett.
everybody else is up looking for one thumb up north.
Yeah, this has been a fear of mine for a while. Are we the B team? I've actually been worried about this lately.
I do not think we crack the B team. Honestly, I think we're closer to a C or D team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
I think we are raccoon underlings.
we're doing our own thing, man.
Yeah,
Mm,
I guess that's cool.
Those guys are always cutting the tails off raccoons,
Yeah.
chasing people. You know.
Yeah. You know, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, that is a little odd.
I don't really have a lot of problems with the way Val runs things, but I just think that we should maybe try to preserve raccoons we come across instead of chopping them up.
Yeah, I mean,
Sal will sort of step in front of the 6 raccoon tails flying off the back of her.
No, it's fine. I get it. I got a raccoon
Bye.
tail. We all got raccoon
We all
tails.
got,
I just mean we have enough, man. We don't need more. Maybe you do. That's fine. All right. Look, I don't want to yuck your yum or whatever.
Yeah.
If you guys collecting raccoon tails, that's fine. I mean, some of them have got a lot of tails.
You know, I agree. I think it's like that thing of like maybe the raccoon and overlord. Maybe it's like putting a hat on a hat, where it's like maybe overlords would have been cool, and then just the raccoon part. I don't know.
Oh, is
I
it
mean,
over?
The
I was
raccoons-
calling them raccoon lords. Over.
Are they just?
I'm not even.
I thought
I
they're
think it's just-
overlords.
I thought it was just the raccoon lords.
In it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Governor. Well, Governor, what was it again?
Maybe there's been an ongoing discussion in the gang about
Actually, it's the
ramping it up
raccoon
to the next level.
landlords.
Maybe that's why we're on the C team.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can't keep
We don't know the
anybody's
name of the
names
gang.
straight.
Wait, what does my jacket say?
Right, our jackets. I didn't think
No,
about
wait,
that.
it's a
Hold up.
vest.
Oh.
Oh boy, we got a lot to learn, guys.
Do we have any? Have we picked up any clues as to where One Thumb is? We've just been driving south blindly.
This is the first notable thing that you've come across.
Sure.
Is this, and whoever was driving this car was recently in Black Iron City. Obviously, One Thumb's corpse is not here.
Can we check for tracks? Is that a thing?
100%.
Sure, that's a good idea.
I don't know if I'm any good at it, but yeah, I'll
Any-
try and see if there are any tracks
Same.
around.
Any specifically bike tracks?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, give me focus rolls. Anybody that wants to check it out. In fact, I'm going to make this a critical moment. These critical moments pop up in this game where the story could diverge in one of two ways, and everybody can chip in. I'm going to have you all give me focus rolls to kind of check out the larger scene, and the total of these focus rolls has got to be 17 or better.
I got 2 in
Critical
it.
moment.
I rolled a 7.
I got a 6.
Oh, I got a 7 too.
Ah,
So, yeah.
you did so good.
Surpassed.
Yeah.
22.
Great job.
That's
The governor will work on it.
yeah.
It's not his-
He's looking
it's not
the
his
wrong
forte.
direction.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like
Governor.
looking under stones, like literally. Yeah, so you all kind of take in.
Get scared by something.
What did he find?
Oh, Governor, it's okay.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
You can kind of take in like the broader scene, and you can kind of stitch together that this car was driving along. There was another car driving with it. They were intercepted by some motorcycles. Looks like there was 3 motorcycles. And then you can see kind of, there was a chase, a fracas. This car crashed. And then the rest of the tracks continue south. You can see that the other car went south, and it was pursued by the 3 bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay. Well,
damn. That's heavy. I guess we should keep going, huh?
yeah, south
Or
it
do we want to
is.
double back to Black Iron City and cash in that chit. I mean, that seems like not a very responsible thing to do, but boy, I sure wonder what's in there.
I just don't think it's smart to go back up empty-handed, especially if we don't have Thumb with us.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
She's an old lady, and it's hard to find a Stitch these days. You know, let's see if we can find her.
That's true.
She's patched us up a time or two. Let's see if we can patch up this little mess she got herself in.
Oh,
Val just wants her back on account of his genital herpes.
Oh,
Well, that's a good reason to get her back too. When Val can't fuck with abandon,
Right.
he's
I
a
mean,
grumpy motherfucker.
He's just always going on and on about his genital herpes.
yeah. Well, technically speaking, it's not just Val's genital herpes; it's all of our genital herpes. Unfortunately. That's why I grew the mustache in. I am. But,
Horrifying.
yeah. Anyway, let's get Thumb.
Did you
Hang
assume
on, I
that we
gotta
all
write down
had it?
this genital herpes lore.
I don't. Carrot, you got genital herpes?
No, I don't think so.
Me neither.
Okay.
I mean, there's a couple of spots. I'm not sure what they are, but no one
it's
knew my
normal.
genitals.
I misread this situation.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have.
All right. Well, it sounds.
Yeah, where would you?
based-
Yeah, basically, have to. Do you want to keep going south, or you can go
Yeah,
back
we're
north?
based on
City,
the
there is one of those two choices has to be made.
based on the updated information about the
West.
health needs of our immediate party, I think we should probably find the Stitch.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just keep
Carrot
riding.
gives
Let's
us,
forget. Yeah.
a sympathetic pat on the shoulder, and then wipes his hand off.
No. Well, I guess that's a thank you, and then a well.
It's not like a. Oh, I see how that could be kind of mean, but
At least I have you, Spud. The dog's not talking to me.
yeah, he's a dog. Anyway, let's keep going south.
Yeah, Sal will get back on her bike and plop her big helmet on and rattle off down the south.
Great, love it. Yeah, Sal's and you're heading south or
South, yeah.
yeah, cool. So you're heading south into these sandy flats. Are the rest of you
Trying to
going along?
follow the tracks as
Yeah,
best as
follow
we
those
can.
tracks.
Great. Cool. So yeah, you all fire up your bikes again, or if you never shut them off, whatever. And you head south. What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Small hands. You didn't see that? All right.
I
never mind.
didn't see it.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, you travel south. You just driving for the hours kind of go by as the sun scrapes by overhead. And kind of late in the afternoon, up ahead, you can kind of see a bit of dust up ahead in the air. There's a bit of a stir. Something is disturbing the ground up ahead on the horizon.
Can I see anything in my rifle?
Yeah, give me a focus roll +1 for that spyglass.
Jesus. This is 6.
6. So you look.
I mean, it's with advantage +2, right? That's correct. Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
6.
Cool. So yeah, you can kind of look through your long gun down the spyglass, and you see this this sort of cloud of dust and just kind of like shapes in it, and then you're able to catch one of the shapes. It's a bike, and it is running a flag with a black skull on it. That it's kind of just looks like it was done with like charcoal, which you would immediately recognize as the flag for a gang a notorious gang known as the Burned, who are a very large gang spread out kind of all over the Wasted Plains. And you, with that 6, you can look out. You can see that there are 3 of them, and they are also riding south ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. So it's 3 motorcycles along the tracks flying the burned flags.
Yes.
All right. Well,
What?
looks like whoever crashed this car, they were members of the Burned.
Ooh.
They're not as
I hate
graphically
those
interesting
guys.
as our the branding isn't as strong or as interesting as
No.
the Raccoon
Yeah, that's
Lords.
true.
However,
Wait, do I hate those guys? What kind of terms are our gangs on?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, you don't need to roll. They would be at best like playfully antagonistic with you, like toying with you and like fucking with you. And at worst, they would just like kill you and take your shit and see what cool parts they could take off your bike. But they are not allies of the Raccoon Lords. They are sort of the apex bike gang of the Wasted Plains. There is no larger gang. They are broken into chapters. They're so large. They have like chapters with bosses and such. Who knows? Maybe some of you would aspire to be in a gang like that, or would hope that the Raccoon Lords would one day get there, but they are not your friends or allies for sure.
and I can't see the car.
You don't see the car, no.
Okay.
Governor is going to say to Nana as though to ask how many.
You saw
3.
3, Sal.
And then he looks at us and he goes, in it.
Oh, Governor, you're jealous with our you're generous with our fighting prowess. I don't think even 4 of us match up to 3 of the Burned.
Maybe they suck real bad.
I mean,
And maybe this is their C squad.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we might get lucky that way. I mean, really, there's 5 of us. Spud could definitely, get involved. You know?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
We could see if they, seen One Thumb, or ask them if they killed those guys back there.
These guys aren't our friends. We can't go. We don't have any business with them. I say we stick at a distance and track them and out of sight as possible.
All right.
I don't think we need to start a fight if we don't have to here.
Smart. I'm an experienced blackfinger. Do I have any explosives?
For those of you watching and for those of you playing, these characters are like level 10 characters, so you would have played in the neighborhood of like 25 to 40 games of Duster to get to this level. So, a mid-level character. So you would have other stuff. So I'll just ask you, Aaron, would you rather have maybe something already made, or would you rather have some ingredients to make something?
I'll take the ingredients.
Okay, cool. In that case,
Shit, that was a bad choice. Yeah, I'll take the ingredients.
I'll give you a pouch with 10 pinches of black powder. And if you want to get crafting on something, just let me know and I can explain how that works.
All right, cool.
Yeah, great. 10 pinches of black powder for you. Who else was a black finger? Somebody else?
Oh, I am actually, yeah.
Great.
No.
You can have also 10 pinches of black powder.
Ooh.
And you were too, Governor? No.
No, I was.
that's
at one
right,
Point,
yeah.
but I switched.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
Because that seemed a bomb too many.
You would have really been the bomb squad. I love it.
Hi.
Cool. So yeah, y'all are just going to kind of follow these 3 at this kind of this distance, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it seems like they're occupied.
Cool.
To the south.
Great. So you kind of want to maintain. You're not trying to ride up on them. You're just trying to maintain this distance. Okay. Cool. Yeah, they continue riding south as the sun starts to sink and the shadows grow long, and as the stars are coming out and the moon's coming up. Who's we'll have Sal. Sal's been the one looking through her spyglass. Sal, give me a focus roll just to check up ahead.
That too is a 6.
Right. So yeah, you kind of give it a check again, and it looks like you can see that they've kind of have diverged from their riding formation, and they have slowed down and are kind of like circling around. It looks like they might be stopping or taking a break or something. But yeah, you could notice that up ahead.
Looks like our boys found something. They're slowing to circle. We're not on the hunt anymore. Can I see what so I can just see that they're slowing?
Yeah, they weren't like approaching anything. It looked like you would be familiar with it with your gang, when you're you're gonna rest, you're gonna make camp
bikers?
or something. Yeah, you kind of slow down, you break, you circle around and stop.
Yeah. Looks like it's time to rest. If we're gonna follow them in the morning, we best be up early.
Well, we should probably camp out here then and just kind of keep an eye on them and all that. Or
is there a decent spot to camp?
He's just agreeing with you.
Is there a spot to camp?
Yeah. Is there like any?
It's pretty flat, but there's some like kind of scrub brushes, not too far from where you are. You could maybe.
Yeah, just a little bit of cover and hide in. That works for me.
Cool. Great. Yeah, so you all can pull in there and excuse me. Yes, you all are setting up your camp. In the distance, you can see the twinkle of a fire where the burned kind of pull off. It looks like they have made a camp and are not they don't care who sees it.
Well, whatever they're looking for, it doesn't look like they found it yet. I don't think even the burned would just be setting up a camp in the open like that.
Yeah. Better question, Sal. Do you think they spotted us or even know of us following them? I mean,
possible they just don't care, but it isn't really like the burn to leave us unmolested.
Yeah. Not even
Maybe
just like
they're just super overconfident.
That's true.
Or maybe they're gonna walk up on us in the night. I mean, we could see their deaths. They could probably see ours if they look backwards.
Yeah, if they look backwards, they were chasing something.
Yeah.
How often do you look backward? Well, you're flying a ship.
All the time.
Yeah, you're looking all over
all
the place.
around.
All over.
I like the way it feels on my face. Really kind of,
Yeah, I don't know. When I'm riding, especially when I'm on the hunt, I'm not looking back for nothing.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Should I make some bombs or something?
Hey, let's make some bombs together.
Yeah, that sounds fun, man.
Hey, how many pinches of black powder you got?
I got about 10.
No shit, me too.
Yeah.
Let's make a big bomb.
Should we make one big bomb or should we make a few like medium-sized bombs?
We should make like 10 bombs, right? Because we got 10 pinches of, so each one 2 pin. Yeah, no, I like that idea. Or I don't know, once.
So to make bombs, if you want to make a small bomb like a grenade or a pipe bomb, that's going to cost you 5 pinches of black powder. If you want to make a large bomb, the kind that instantly kills a player when it gets shot, for those of you who've been?
Oh yeah.
Privy.
I know the kind you mean. I think I know what you're talking about.
That one, a large bomb takes 20 pinches of black powder.
Oh wow.
That's like a
Whoa.
barrel bomb. So you all could make a few small ones, or you could combine all your black powder and make like a big, pony
In my
keg
experience,
bomb.
when you make one of those big ones, someone's just going to shoot it and kill you instantly.
Yeah, and then just kind of.
That's been my experience for the most part with those.
Yeah. No, I do kind of have a weird source memory of that too. I don't know.
What about like somewhere in between the two, like a 10-pinch bomb, like a medium, like a bundle of C4 type deal? Not something you would use to blow up like a.
Sure. You'd basically be just combining two small bombs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
How about we make some of those?
We'll make that. Yeah, I mean, like let's not go crazy. We don't, we're not overcompensating for anything. We don't need a big bomb.
A nice medium bomb.
Yeah, I think we can all agree it's a perfectly sized bomb.
Nice meaty bomb.
A nice meaty bomb.
Yeah.
Sal steps over these nerds and cleans her gun, walking around, and sits down next to the governor. She likes him because he's quiet.
He's set to work buffing Margaret, his pride and joy.
He's not that quiet. He just doesn't know any words.
Yeah, I mean,
on that note, he begins to sing a song.
I was gonna say we should sing some like waist shanties.
In it.
Nona stands up, or Sal stands up and walks away. She sits in her own shrub and takes out the little twinkly to spin it and watch it sparkle.
Cool. I love it. So you two who want to make bombs, there's a crafting system for bombs.
Yes.
I'll tell you what you got to roll. Before you start, you would just know this as black fingers. If you critically fail when you're making your bomb, it will go off on you. So that's just part of bomb making. It's part of the fun of being a black finger. So you're gonna make a number of small bombs, and then if you want to like
a number of
wire them together or
critical rolls,
tie them together, you can do that to make a medium bomb. But cool. So yeah, who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Sure, why not? I'm older,
Cool.
Yeah. I got your back, Carrot.
Yeah, all right.
So normally at a mid-level,
can we make them together and like roll twice or something? No, that might be bad. I don't know. I'll just give it a shot.
I'm gonna make mine over here if that's cool.
Yeah, sure. All right, man.
We're doing it together, but it's just I'm behind this bush.
Yeah.
Sal puts her helmet on.
Yeah.
That's not gonna
help. So probably as a level 10 character, you wouldn't normally have to do this, but just so we can show how it works, I'll have you do this. Carrot. So you'll make a technology roll, and this is to see if you understand the technology of the bomb you're gonna make. You only have to do this the first time you're crafting something, and then you know it and you don't have to do it. But we'll pretend like you've never made a small bomb before.
Oh, sure. Yeah, what a fun pretend. Let's do it. What do I do?
Make a technology roll. It's one of your skills.
Oh. All right. Sorry. There it is. That's it. That's an 8.
Great. So yeah, you know how to make a small bomb. So now to make it, you're gonna make a focus roll, and this is the roll that if you critically fail, the bomb.
It's a focus roll. Oh, thank God.
Yes.
All right. Oh, thank goodness. That's another 8.
Great.
All right.
So you've got one small bomb, and again, you can kind of decide the if it gets lit with a fuse, if you like twist it like a friction detonator you can kind of come up with the specifics, but it's categorized as a small bomb mechanically. Sure. Would you like to make another one?
Yes. Yes,
Great.
I would. Yes,
So,
I would, Andrew.
You don't have to make the technology roll anymore. You just give me a focus roll.
All right, great. That's another 8.
Great.
And a 1.
All right.
So I'll take it.
Got 2
I'm keen
finely made small bombs.
And do I need to roll again to wire them together and do a medium bomb?
No, because it's just going to be 2 small bombs going off at the same time. So, I mean, you don't have to roll to. I'm
surprised that you would turn down this excellent opportunity to kill me, but...
No, I would actually be bummed out of it at the start of the adventure. You blow yourself up.
Would you?
And are out of the game. I mean, because they will detonate. So Hess, you want to make some bombs as well, right?
Yeah. So I guess I'll start by doing a technology roll then.
Sure.
I'll be
we'll
making 2 small bombs.
So you can understand the kind of bomb you're trying to make.
Excellent. I got a 7.
You get it. Nice. All right, now you give me a focus roll for the first bomb.
All right. Put that on the floor. Okay, a 3.
Cool. So that bomb, luckily it doesn't go off. But it fails for whatever reason. Like you're like screwing in the canister or something, and you didn't check it, and you lose your black powder. It falls out in the dirt.
God damn it!
Oh, you shouldn't let it fall on the ground like that, man.
Right.
So you lose that powder. Do you want to try to make another one?
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl. Cool. Let's see here.
You guys should have taken the bomb.
Yeah, we could have just already had one, but hey, we learned our lesson about that immediate gratification is always better.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I got a 4 this time.
Okay. So anytime a player rolls a 4, I make what's called a fate roll as the GM, and it will either be a success or a fail. And again, you lose your black powder. It does not
have a gray finger,
make a bomb. Yeah. So you're probably kind of bummed that you just lost kind of a considerable amount of black powder. It usually comes 1 pinch to you at a time, so to have 10 pinches and lose it is kind of a bummer.
Guys, officially, I'm kind of bummed.
Yeah,
I'll say that right now.
Well,
yeah.
Sorry, Hess.
I love it.
It's all right.
It's all right, man.
Cool.
I mean,
well, yeah. Unfortunately, you don't get bombs, but your companion did make 2 bombs. Is there anything else you all wanted to do this evening as the moon is now out and you could see there's just the faintest twinkling of a fire on the horizon? Is there anything else you'd like to do? I know Sal is spinning this little chain with this little metal symbol on the bottom, and the governor's singing the Mario Brothers theme song.
Do we want to all sleep at the same time?
Probably sit some watches.
Yeah.
I'll walk up to Sal while I'm eating some beans. I know there's no vegetables really in this world because of the whole apocalypse, but it feels like there should be beans.
Yeah, there are vegetables. There's root vegetables, yucca, wild onion, wild potatoes. People eat cactus, and
what about canned
wild
beans?
Carrots? What's that?
Canned beans?
Yeah, they're probably, people have found a way to make beans. I don't know if they would necessarily can them the way we do. It would probably be canned as in like a screw top can, so you can just take it with you. But yeah, you want a can of beans? You go for it.
It just feels thematic. Anyway, what do you got there, Sal?
I don't know. Governor pulled it out of the wreckage today.
He shouts from the distance.
Well, far
Eh,
out.
I don't know. It's some kind of signal or
Care if I take a look at it?
sparkly.
You can keep holding it. Don't worry. I know how you get with shiny stuff.
She'll hold it up a little higher, not making any particular effort, but
All right. Well,
it's a gesture to look.
I'm this tall, so maybe if you could hold it just a little lower, I could look at it more effectively. All right. Or you can just keep it right there. I will try to look at it.
Jump. No, she'll
Please don't
put
make
it,
me do that.
Oh.
She'll put it out.
You know I will, but
She'll put it out in her palm for him to take.
I'll take a look. I'll put it on my monocle like it's a little jeweler's glass, even though it's not.
It's covered in dirt.
Yeah, it's just like
It's like harder to see.
It's just a
Foggy.
it's a one eye goggle.
Great. Yeah, you can check it out. Give me a memory roll. Why don't you, there, Carrot? Who's
Why
older,
don't you,
Carrot
there,
or Sal? It doesn't matter. I'm just curious. I know Sal is not as old as she looks.
I was thinking Sal is like mid-50s, like mid to late 50s.
Cool.
I think Carrot's probably a little bit older.
What'd you get on that memory roll, Carrot?
That's going to be a 4.
4.
Fate.
Oh my god.
You you look into this shiny necklace with this little kind of symbol on the end, and somewhere along the line in your life, you've only known the wasted plains. You've never seen a body of water, unless maybe you went to like the swamps around Parson, but never like any kind of quality body of water. But somewhere along the way in your life, you heard about shells, that there were critters that lived in shells. They made little homes on their back. And as it was described to you and maybe drawn for you, this little shape on this necklace is a shell. It's one of these shells that you heard about, where animals lived.
Oh, far out.
It's like a little animal that carries all of its stuff all around everywhere it goes.
Kind of like us with our bikes.
Yeah.
But
We're
out
like
there,
little-
out there's
Shells, Carrot.
yeah, shells. Somewhere out there in the world there used to be real, or maybe still is, some real big water, and these critters lived in that water. Pretty wild stuff. Imagine that, all H as far as the eye can see,
I'd love to see that.
much as you could drink.
I mean, that
He's right by you guys now.
The apocalypse sure is sad. Well, I'm going to turn in for a while.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm bummed too, Governor.
Spin the.
In it, Governor.
We'll
In it.
spin the necklace, sort of. Are we setting up watches?
Yeah, we should.
All
Great.
right. And Sal can take the first watch.
Great. Who's second?
I'll go.
I will.
first. Yeah,
All
In
of
it.
us.
Governor. Yeah, anybody. Governor, you go second.
I'll go second.
Great. Who's third?
I'll
go third.
God
Oh.
damn it, son
Ow,
of a
okay.
bitch.
Oh, in perfect sync.
Everyone's hungry for watch.
I want to watch.
See.
I love to watch.
Great. So
That's not.
Carrot,
Okay.
I'm
Carrot
just
is
going
the
to go to
last.
sleep in real life.
Carrot's the morning, the early bird.
Carrot is the final watch. Carrot, give me a focus roll.
Oh, boy. All right. That's a 5.
Great. So yeah, you're up. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're mending a sail or
Yeah,
something.
just,
You're
working on the engine.
tinkering away, and
I think I'm the only wrench in our crew, so I probably keep our engines going.
tip top. Yeah. As like the pink light of dawn is kind of lighting up the plains, You kind of look up from working on the engine, wipe the sweat off of your eye that's not covered up, and on the horizon, you could see a smudge of dust, and ever so faintly but growing, you can hear the sound of engines coming your way, in your direction. And we're going to take a quick intermission. I know that we kind of blew past the normal intermission time. Just a real quick beverage break. We'll be back in like 3 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us. We're going to see what happens to this lovable motley crew. See y'all in 3 minutes. And again, I'll put the link to the Kickstarter if you want to check it out while we're all peeing. This is the game. And we'll see you shortly. And we're back unceremoniously. I don't know if there's any way to fade out stuff on here, but we're back from break. Thanks for hanging in. Let's jump right back into it as Carrot Packer. Oh, I don't know why I can't remember it. Carrot Packer on the last watch.
Carrot Packer sounds like a like a slur.
That's truly what I thought.
Damn, Carrot Packer. That fella's packing some serious carrot.
Not a polite thing to say.
But yeah, on your watch, Carrot, you are alarmed to hear the sound of motorcycle engines coming your way from the horizon, and a bit of dust.
All right. I'm gonna shake the crew awake. Hey, somebody's kicking up dust, man, coming our way right now. Are they
waking
coming? They're coming from the north or the south?
They're coming from the south, where you know that the burned camp.
Does it, distance-wise, does it look like this is those burned?
Yeah, I mean, without even needing to make you roll for it, it looks like they are heading north.
Looks like those burned are headed our way. If we don't want to talk to them, then I mean, we could talk to them. Maybe we could make a deal.
Well, shit, maybe
we can get somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it might be best to stay out of their way, but all right, if you think you can talk to them.
No, I would prefer not to. I mean, I can.
Oh, okay. Well, you took the initiative. All right.
I try to be personable, but I'm a horrible little man.
I mean,
surfing the wastelands in my weird bike.
The bike's a conversation piece, but okay.
Yeah, but the conversation is like, it's always like, what the fuck are you looking at, you little gremlin? I'm like, nothing, sir. And they're like, all right, get out of here. They throw rocks at me. It's not
you have a few minutes here as they are they're coming from a considerable distance, but they are headed in your direction.
Fine, Carrot. I'll talk to them if they talk to us, I guess.
I'm not great at talking, but I'm okay at lying. Are we?
No, maybe. I don't know. You could lay up in them rocks. Maybe, take a shot at them if things go. Maybe scare them off.
Yeah, it's not bad. Sal,
is there a position that I can like hide my bike and take a position out of?
After saying that, the Carrot looks around to see if there's actually any rocks.
Yeah. Is there a place that I can I can cover a bike, because if there's a fourth bike, it will be obvious.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well,
there's a bit of a slope, a bit to the west, and there's a bit more scrub brush. You're not sure how well it might hide your bike, given all of the accoutrement on it or whatever. But you could certainly try it, and you think that if you laid down up there, you would be very hard to spot.
Okay. I mean, The tricky thing's the bike. If I can get over the hill, I think I'll have a decent shot. But if I kick up dust rolling over that hill, they're gonna know one of us split.
Well, maybe they think you just, went off in the bushes to do your business.
Yeah, we could cover for you.
I do my business right here.
I know, and we've
Yeah.
been meaning to talk to you about that.
It's a little,
We are. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no. How far is this hill? Can she like walk her bike over there?
Yeah, if she's quick about it, you'd think you could get up there.
Yeah, I'll try and just get myself and my bike out of sight behind the dune.
Great. So yeah, you can kind of go up over that bit of a slope.
And
what are the rest of you?
Yeah, she'll lie on her belly and try and peek over the slope.
Cool. Yeah, you find
Alright.
like a bit of this like scraggly scrub brush that you can kind of lay down amidst with your gun with the spyglass on it, kind of coming through that. And since you have the dead eye talent, which is a cool talent, when you're prone, enemies are snake bit
Hell yeah.
in their efforts to find you. So even if they're looking up on this hill, you know they're gonna have a hard time. They're gonna have a hard time. Great. So we know what Sal's doing. How about the rest of you? As these the engines are growing louder, and you can see these 3 bikes with the plumes of dust behind them as they are headed in a. They're not headed specifically for where you are, but they are certainly going to go by where you are as they come up in a northerly direction.
Well, might as well present ourselves and look friendly enough. Governor, you want to turn on a little charm maybe when they come by? I don't know.
Sing one of them songs.
Yeah.
No, not that one. The other one. Is that the other one?
Is that I can't. They blur
sound so
into each other.
Yeah. He is simply going to continue to. Actually, no. He'll kind of go over with Hass and kind of sidle up to him as though he knows what his job is. He's the muscle,
All right, cool.
Cool. All right. And how about you, Carrot?
It'll just be sort of wrenching on my bike. Trying to look nonchalant.
Carrot, be ready with one of them bombs too, just in case this goes sour.
All right, you got it.
All right.
Cool. And just real quick, Carrot, how do your bombs work? Just in case we get into Bombsville.
I think.
Do you need to light a fuse? Do you?
I think they got a little sort of button mechanism that I press, and that'll sort of start a mechanical.
Like a friction detonator? Great.
It'll start a little countdown, and you get a little bit of time, but not much.
Okay. How much time would you estimate?
15 seconds.
Love it. Yeah, I guess in this world it's always a guesstimate, right? It's
I literally just rolled dice.
I love it. So in
Nice.
about 15 seconds, your bombs will detonate after you press the little button that starts the friction detonator. Great. So yeah, these 3 bikes they grow closer and closer, and until you can hear the engines rattling. You can see there's definitely 3 members of the burn going by, and you're all kind of standing amidst the little sagebrush that you had made camp in, and they go by, and it seems for like a moment that they're just gonna keep riding by, and it like maybe they didn't even see you, but you hear one of them kind of bark out to the others and motion over, and they all kind of like veer. Yeah, well,
Round them up, big dog.
I'm gonna one up Jordan's character. Oh, you think you're gonna be a guy who says one word like Groot? These guys bark like dogs. They don't even say one word. No, he's just kind of like hollering, like hey, and ride over to you, and kind of cautiously, you could see them studying you as they ride in, and they're going to ride in a circle around you. They kind of spread out, and they're riding pretty slowly in a circle. They have red headbands on. It's like two men and a woman, and the woman has like tattoos like under her eyes of it kind of looks like X's, like little symbols. And they are
Straight edge.
just kind of yep. Perfect. I love it. And they have guns. One of the fellas has like a scatter gun, and the other two have 6 guns, kind of just like on their laps with their free hand as they're riding around, and they're just kind of like studying you and just kind of like taking you in. You can see that they're looking at your bikes, they're looking at the raccoon tails. They're kind of just like summing you up, but in this very shark-like predatory way as they're going around.
How do we ever do that thing where we ride around people in threatening circles? It's like the coolest thing you can do on a motorcycle gang. We never do it.
No, we do, but it's like usually for dead folk, remember?
Yeah.
When we
People
know
always
that they're
do it
dead.
to us.
Yeah.
Sucks.
This is the D team, isn't it? Oh my god.
Finally, is almost as if this is like a very well practiced thing for them. The guy with the scatter gun cuts his engine about 20 feet away from you, and the other two keep riding, but they kind of triangulate around you, keeping about the same distance, like roughly 20 feet from your little cluster where you all are. And the guy with the scattergun, he has like a red headband over his eyes, and he kind of
Over
like
his eyes.
Over his eyes? That's
like
crazy.
like
above.
like
Above his eyes.
He's
He's
like
Daredevil.
Yeah, he's been echolocating on his motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
Isn't this
Blind
cool?
biker,
I just make
that's
up the
awesome.
dumbest shit.
This is a blind motorcycle gang.
Legendary
Got it. They all have
blind
guns.
biker.
No problem.
Not gonna be an issue.
Pulls his gun the wrong way. Give me what you got.
Cool. So he's gonna kind of gesture with his scattergun, and he's like, throw down any guns you got.
Well, you're in luck. I ain't armed. I'm just a simple iron jack. Name's Hess. This is Spud. Hey, Spud. Say hi. I then make the dog bark. Hi. Not like hot, like the dog can't talk, but it's barking like in a high bark.
Sure.
Yeah, everyone gets it.
It's a yip.
So yep. Yeah. This is Spud. Well, this is and this is my crew. Just passing on through.
And you really don't have a gun, right?
No, I don't actually.
Nor do I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
None of you do, right?
Okay,
Eric's got
so
one.
we're taking aim over on the hill.
Made a character that can fight. I can't do anything except for fix stuff.
But you're a cool character. That's got to count
No,
for
I'm a
something.
really cool character.
Yeah. I just fuck up making bombs and have herpes.
That'll make for a great coincidence.
That's a good resume. That's an interesting character. Fucks up bombs. Has herpes.
The character arc there.
Oh, he's really bad at the stuff he's good at, and also STDs riddled with
good
them.
And also,
flawed
don't share
character.
glass. What's your character's flaw? Herpes.
Just outbreak after outbreak. It's never settling down.
What's
It's
his
an
name?
epidemic.
It's just Patient Zero, just always.
Holy shit!
Oh, it's Hess. It's Hess.
Herpes are his middle name.
I literally forgot what this bike gang guy was talking.
He told us to throw our guns down.
That's right. He told you to
Yeah,
throw
He
your
doesn't
guns in.
have guns.
That's
But
what
what do we
it
have?
And everyone's like, we don't have guns.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And Hess kind of introduced his crew. And yeah, he kind of like takes in the raccoon tails and stuff, and he's like, "Who y'all riding with?"
Oh, we're the Raccoon Lords. You know, maybe you've heard of us.
The what? The Raccoon Lords? And you can kind of hear the other two off to the side kind of laughing as
Oh,
well.
They're being playfully antagonistic.
Yeah.
Just as we were warned.
He's like, and then he kind of like thinks for a minute. He's like, I have heard of you. You were in Vale's outfit, right? Yeah, I've heard of the Raccoon Lord. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, Vale wanted to ride with us, and he couldn't cut it. Fuck it.
Was it a
The
'cause
Raccoon Lords. All right, well, we'll just take whatever push you have. Open up those tanks. Any cans of push you got?
Hey partner, real quick, I think we kind of need those cans of push, and honestly, well, let's just let well enough alone. You're like, we'll go our way, you go yours. You know what I mean?
He's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck how you go about going your way. We'll be taking your push, and we'll be going our way.
Well, that's the issue. We kind of need that push. That isn't a personal thing. It is just a need to kind of, because otherwise we're not going to be able to get out of here. You know?
It's like, I'm sorry, that ain't my problem, friend. You're in our hunting grounds.
I have a question. What kind of shape are these guys' bikes in?
You don't have to roll for it. They look like they're in good shape. The burned is
Nice.
like I said, a very successful operation, and
All right.
they look like they are well kept, pretty serious bikes.
All right. And to you, I say, never mind.
Look, now, fellas, I think you might just be a little unreasonable here. I understand. You know, the burn. You guys, big reputation. I've heard all the stories. Deeply respect what you do, but we need this push, okay? So maybe just kind of like let this one fly, and then we'll, go our way. You go your way,
He's like, no, we need that push too.
All right. Well.
All right. How about we give you our push and you give us your push, and we'll call it easy.
This is my associate Carrot.
I don't care.
Yeah, they laugh again. Like they're being entertained by the joke.
Oh, nice.
They're like, look, we don't need to make any big deal out of it. Just open up those tanks, give us any cans of push you got. You walk over there a bit. We'll be on our way.
The governor is going to kind of put himself between these guys and Margaret, his cherished bike, and he's going to fold his massive arms and say, "In it."
I love it. Right. This guy on his bike, he cuts his engine that was idling, and he gets off of it, and he just kind of takes in the governor and the other three, and he's like, y'all really need that push so bad you die for it? All right then. That's
All right.
fine with me.
Speaking
Okay,
of dying, you fellas seen a older Stitch lady on a bike?
Carrot, I don't know if this is the best time, but
What? They might have seen her.
all right.
Yeah.
Tell you.
What's that?
I was gonna say, like, tell you what. Compromise. Full disclosure compromise. Give you a can of push, 1 can, and then tell us if you saw Stitch come by recently. You know, why make this any more complicated than it
You
is?
the can of push? Yeah.
Shut up.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Was
Wait, do
push
you have-
called firewater at some point?
No,
Firewater's-
firewater's like whiskey and push is
Okay.
gasoline. Do you actually have a can of push, Hess?
No.
Okay, so
I
you'll
do.
give me a deception roll.
Okay. I rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. He's like thinking about it. And he's still got the shotgun in his hand, and he's kind of looking. He's like looking at the governor, but he's like talking to you, Hess, and he's like, "All right, fuck it, let's have that can of push, and we'll be on our way."
Right away, sir. Okay. I'll get you that can of push. Does anyone have that can of push?
I don't.
I do, but I'm out of earshot.
Yeah, you're up on
Okay.
the on the hill.
This plan is not coming together as I thought it would. I thought they would leave us alone.
So,
I kind of did too. I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah. Really kind of
Sal's up on
starting.
the hill watching Hess sweat.
Yeah, give me an intuition roll as you're
Yeah.
watching all this through your spyglass, Sal.
3.
A 3. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything great is happening. That's about
Yeah.
it.
I'm
you just
gonna-
see Hess doing a lot of like hands
Yeah.
up in the air.
Oh,
Okay.
hands on it. Where did that go?
The-
Doing the old
Essentially,
rummaging through
yeah.
his bike saddlebags
The governor-
for something that's not there.
Is going to indicate his bike. He's got as though to say he's got it under the seat of his, and he'll go. It ain't.
All right, well, whoever's got it, let's have it.
All right. Governor, if you want to just kind of, do you want me to get it, and this is your bike, so
He points at them, and he says, "In it," as though to say he wants them to come get it.
The guy gives you like a big gap tooth smile, and he's like, "Friend, if you think I'm gonna touch somebody else's bike and lift up any part of it, you are sorely mistaken. If you got a can of
He
push
shrugs.
under that seat, you better fucking grab it for me right now."
He's not doing it. He's rolling his
seems-
sleeves up.
Oh boy.
It seems like we're reaching an impasse here. You know.
The guy's like, "You didn't have a can of push, did you?"
I could tune up your bike. Make it go faster.
I don't need my ride tuned up, especially not from whatever that bullshit is.
Yeah.
But
I better beat you. Better go faster than you.
yeah, well, I don't think we're ever gonna find out, old timer. You know, I didn't
Oh.
want to waste the shells on y'all, but
You know,
Okay.
I
That's the
always
only way-
wondered, how come none of you burned fellas is actually burned?
That's a great
And I'm
question.
gonna pull open my jacket and reveal the 2 bombs strapped to my
Hell
chest.
yeah.
I love it. I don't want to sidetrack the game, but they actually are burned. They their left hands are burned because when they get jumped into the gang, They get grabbed and get their hand put into a fire.
All right, I'll say it a little different. How come none of you fellas? How come you're not more burned?
Yeah.
You're just a little burned.
Thank you.
They were
And then
in
you
gloves.
reveal reveal these small bombs.
Yeah.
Cool. Just so you know, I don't want you to think I'm pickling the rules. For small bombs, they do damage in a 5-foot effective radius from where they are. Since you have 2 together, that would be a 10-foot effective radius from you. Like, you know this. We don't know if they know this. But I'm just telling you that as an example, because if you were to detonate those right now, you would just blow up you and your friends.
Yeah,
and
I
they would
take
be
a
okay.
I take a few steps toward him,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then I open up my jacket.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll say that you're about 10 feet away from him, and he like levels his shotgun at you, and he's like, "All right, that's far enough, old timer. Don't you take another step."
Well, it seems like we're now at a real impasse here. Okay, pal? Because the amount of explosives on my good friend Carrot here, not only is going to kill all of it, but this whole area. Blow it right up. So, maybe you should just kind of ride off, forget the cans of push, and forget that I lied to you, too. That I did.
Give me a new deception roll for your
Okay.
new lie.
Okay, 3.
Ooh,
What?
he rolled a 2, so
Oh, yeah.
just enough.
Look at this gullible boy.
Yeah. He's like, he holds up the shotgun. He's like, all right, and he starts walking backwards. He's like, well, we'll be on our way then.
Okay, well, fair enough. You go your way, we'll go ours, like I originally wanted us to. All right, pal?
The governor mutters under his breath, as though to say, "Ask her about about Thumb."
Really quick, okay? Hate to bug you now that you're leaving. Did you see Stitch by any chance going south?
He kickstarts his bike and he's like revving the engine, like ignoring you.
Okay.
As they all fire up their bikes and they start like pulling away a bit with the woman in the back of not the woman you're looking for, the woman with the tattoos under her eyes. As they're pulling away. And Sal, give me a focus roll as you're watching them drive away. And all of you can kind of just see there's just kind of like a bit of dust.
I am definitely like watching them in the spyglass as they roll away. I'm tracking them all the way out.
So give me a focus roll.
7.
Great. So that woman, they ride a bit away, and it's as if they're riding north, and you can see she still has her revolver on her lap in her free hand, and she kind of without warning cuts her bike to the left and turns and levels that revolver back at your group of friends in that brush. And oh, go ahead.
Nothing, just reacting.
Oh, okay.
Just going. Excuse me.
Yeah, she's leveling that revolver, and it looks like she's going to take a shot at one of your friends here.
Well, I will attempt to shoot her if I see it, but
Cool.
In this moment, too, Hess is just talking to the guys like, I think that went well. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of tension.
Give me a roll for that shot. No.
Ow.
So you sorry. So you roll a d6 just like you've been rolling for everything else.
Yeah.
And you get to add +1 for your gun because it's a big long gun. And because you're Deadeye, You get to
I'm
add your
prone,
mental
so it's
core
reduced.
energy.
My AP cost is reduced by 1. Is that relevant?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We could do it as a proper ambush because she doesn't know you're there.
And it also says you may add your mental core energy modifier to damage rolls, but that's probably something else.
So roll 2d6 and let's see if you can get enough action points to take a shot at her.
I picked the higher one.
No, you
It's-
add them together.
Oh, you add them together.
Yeah.
5 total.
Okay, so that is just enough to shoot your gun, but not to carefully aim it. So, yeah. So now you make a damage roll, and that's 1d6, and you're gonna add 2 to whatever you roll,
4.
and that's including the two.
The 2, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so you hit her for 4 damage, and
Oh, do I add my mental core energy modifier?
that was part of the 2. That
Oh,
I
good,
had.
got it.
Yeah.
Great.
So you added 1 for your gun and 1 for your mental core
For my
energy.
brains.
Yeah, totally. So you kind of like hit her in the side, and just as she's shooting, and the shot kind of goes wild, and now everyone can make a reflex roll to get into this fight.
Hey,
This
shit.
is just
Oh
like
shit!
initiative.
4.
Quen.
4.
She's about 60 feet away from you all. Who got a 4?
Oh,
I did also.
Cool. So
I
you
got a
two,
6.
you two can decide who's going to go first between you 4s.
I actually rolled 2 6s. I'm keen at this, and I rolled 2 6s.
Nice.
You're keen at initiative?
I'm keen on
reflex.
It's a reflex
Reflex.
roll, so yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Which is handy for start of combat. Reflex rolls don't come up super often outside of combat, so it's kind of, but yeah, they can be handy. It's more of a save. Great. And what did you get, Sal?
1.
A 1.
Was busy shooting this gal.
Okay, so between Hess and Carrot, who wanted to go first?
Carrot can go first if you want.
No, you go ahead. I'm
Oh.
terrible at all fighting skills.
No, no.
Great.
You
So
a
the
dog, at
The
least.
governor gets to
Yeah, that's
go first. So
How
on
far
your
away
turn,
are they?
in your combat, on your turn, you roll 2d6, and that gives you your pool of action points for
Okay.
what you can do.
Bless you.
And what did you ask? She's 60 feet away from you, and the other 2 are even farther. It seems like she did this even without them kind of knowing it, because they were like riding away, and she just like stopped and shot, trying to shoot Carrot and
Thank you.
amidst the bushes here.
Do they know I'm there now?
You don't know that.
Sure.
Who? We'll see on her turn.
Right.
What did you? Sorry, Governor, it's your turn.
I rolled 9 for AP.
Great, and then you add 1 for every mastered talent you have. So if you have 4 mastered talents, give
So I
yourself
have
4 more.
13.
Great.
Great. So I'd like to hop on my bike and close the distance. How much will that cost?
Great. It'll cost you 2 to fire up your bike.
Okay.
That's interacting with an object.
Mhm.
And then driving your bike is 5 action points. And you can go up to your the range of your bike, which is, I'll tell you 1 sec. I can't wait for this to be a book and not a PDF. Okay, cool. It goes up to 400 feet per round of combat.
Great. He's just gonna hop on this kind of fancy looking shiny cream and black motorcycle and tear towards her, and right before getting to her, he's gonna jump off his bike and spear tackle her.
Yes.
Nice.
Love it. Yeah, I don't even know What? I guess just make an unarmed attack roll. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
I have 6 points left. What is necessary?
It's 4. It costs you 4 to do an unarmed attack.
Okay. Okay. So what do I roll 2 or just 1?
You just roll 1 for damage.
Right, and it's it's force, right? And I'm keen in that.
No, it's not. Damage rolls never use a skill. They're just the
Okay.
damage roll.
So
you just roll 1d6 and you
D6.
subtract 3 from it
oh
because it's unarmed attack.
well, -1. But aren't I a pugilist? My fists are weapons. If you aren't carrying any weapons, your unarmed damage modifier is -2 instead of -3.
Cool. So that would be 0 instead of 1, right?
Okay, great.
Okay. So you ride toward her and
I've done none damage.
you jump off your bike, yeah, and you just maybe you
Cool.
mistimed it just a little bit, and you just kind of go flopping into the dirt.
Okay. How much is a dodge?
Those cost 3 action points. But those happen not on your turn. That'll happen if she tries to attack you.
Well, I don't have anything left.
So yeah, I'll say that you're right next to her on the ground.
Okay.
Cool. That gobbled up all your action points.
I can stand up.
Okay, that's a good idea
Sure.
because you don't want to be prone for that.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's gonna be her turn. So she's got 8 to spend.
Wait, this says a punch or kick is 4 AP.
Yeah, that's what I told you was 4.
Mhm.
You said you had 6, so I said it was 4 to
Oh
do
shit.
an unarmed attack. Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah. All right. Fucking.
She's like looking around after getting shot because she definitely knows it didn't come from your camp. She does not know where it came from. She's just kind of like looking around blindly. So she will, with her revolver, shoot at you, Governor, and you're gonna take 3 damage.
Okay.
And that's her turn. So Hess, it's your turn. Carrot, you're on deck. Sal, then it's you.
All right, let me. So for
And it-
AP,
You can roll your action points before your turn if you want. It doesn't matter. But if you
Right.
do, roll 2 and add them together. And
okay,
don't forget
so
your...
yes, I have 7 plus all my mastery. So I have 11 action points. I'm going to kind of I'm going to run and sort of see if I can get behind my my motorcycle. Well, I guess like the sidecar of my motorcycle, and
Hiding behind your dog.
well, I wanted to send my dog out because Spud has a unique trick that I taught him how to basically grab a gun and bring it back to Daddy.
Oh, fetch!
Yeah, it's like, all right, Spud, now's the time. Remember all your doggy training, okay? Here we go. Go get the gun.
Cool. So now Spud gets, let me double check how he goes right after
Spud
you.
chased down a motorcycle? That rules.
I would just like to say I think my jump was a grapple, not an attack.
Oh, you're trying to wrap.
Just trying
Wrap
to
'em
tackle
up?
him. No worries. Moving forward. Oh, I know.
Yeah, sorry. No one's ever tried to do that before. Leap off a moving motorcycle and wrap somebody up. So, but
Gotta be ready for it.
it's never happened. I thought you were just kind of human torpedoing, trying to like.
Right, I was, but I was
knock
trying
it
to knock her to the ground. That's what he does. He
Yeah.
knocks people to the ground and grapples them.
Okay. Cool. So your dog gets 1d6 action points, and you can give it your action points up to 6 of your action points as well.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll do that. So let's see here. I'm gonna have to because I rolled 1, so 0. Yeah, so I'll give him 6 of mine, and yeah, I guess I'll send them out to go and try and grab the gun from the lady that Governor kind of knocked to the ground and stuff. So how far is that exactly?
She's about 60 feet, so he can run halfway there. He'll make it about,
Yeah, okay.
or he or she will make about 30 feet.
It's Spud, you know,
That's right.
with the little
Cool.
doggy goggles and
Oh.
everything.
Yeah, maybe he kind of looks a little like uncertain, and then you're
Bud
like,
is a boy's name.
you can kind of.
As we know, potatoes are men.
Sorry, that's right.
Cool. It's
What
Garrett.
kind of dog is Spud?
Pretty much every dog is a mutt, I think. I don't. But yeah, you can decide what kind of mutt, what style of
French
mutt.
bulldog.
It's a Pekingese with
$3,000 French bulldog. He's a corgi.
with corgi, so it's taken him a long
Got
time.
short
to get
legs, so he's made it 15 feet.
He's a regular God's mistake. Anyway.
Carrot, you're up.
All right. Does something bad happen if you roll double ones for your action points?
It would mean you're kind of like stunned in the moment. Luckily, since you have 4 mastered talents, you at least have 4 action points.
All right, cool.
But yeah, if you were like a newer character, you'd kind of be caught flat-footed and
Yikes.
not be able to do anything.
Well, I mean, it's for the best because I couldn't really do anything anyway. So I run and hide behind a rock. And it doesn't need to be a big rock because I am small.
Cool. You just want to hold or roll over. I guess you only have 4.
Can I? Or does hiding behind a rock take my action points?
No, because remember, crouching down is a freebie. So
Right, but moving to a rock.
Yeah, we'll say you move 5 feet. You've got 3 action points.
I was already behind a rock, and I just crouched down behind it.
Perfect. So you have 4 action points. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Sal, it's your turn. So you roll 2d6. You add them together. Plus 4.
Total is 10.
Great. So now shooting your gun takes 5 action points. So you could shoot it twice and just shoot it, or you could try to aim at specific body parts, which means if you crit, you would actually hurt those very specific body parts.
What does critting entail? Are you rolling a 6 or higher?
A 5 or higher.
A 5 or higher? Okay.
Yeah. But that would take 6 action points. So you could take basically one careful aim shot, or you
just
can
two wild shots.
They wouldn't be wild. That you would just crit randomly. You can still crit.
Sure.
You just don't get to pinpoint where you're trying to. For example, if you wanted to shoot her in the arm where she had the gun,
sure,
you would take careful aim but otherwise, if you crit, you just roll the body location dice, which will give us a random body part.
Okay. Well, let's shoot twice. If we're multiples,
that's probably
that's all right. So I roll 1 dice 2 times,
and you will add 2 to your roll.
Right. All right. So that one's a 6.
So you rolled a 6 on the dice?
I rolled a 4.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
And added
6.
2.
So you critted. So you roll the body location dice. Roll the d6 again, and I'll tell you where you shot her.
Ooh, that one is a 6 on the dice.
In the head.
Whoa!
You shoot her, and you drop her. You shoot her in the head, and she just falls to the ground.
We best. Okay.
Yeah,
so I have a second shot. I guess I'll shoot the boss man.
Confused.
Yeah.
And goes.
Oh gosh, second shot is an 8. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Wow.
Damn.
So roll on
Pow.
the body look, and you are shooting him, not his bike, right?
4. I'm shooting him. Yeah.
Great. So the 4 is the right arm. He has to make a reflex roll. If you get crit anytime you're driving, you got to make a reflex roll to try to save yourself, which he will make. Yeah, you absolutely blast his right arm, and he almost eats shit on his bike, and is kind of like looking around wildly. And I think that takes all your action points, right now?
That is all, yep.
Cool. So it's the remaining...
Should have held one of those shots, but didn't.
2 guys' turn, and they kind of look behind and they see their companion lying there in the dirt with her bike knocked over, and this big guy, the governor, kind of like standing over her. And they're going to just continue driving at top speed.
Oh my god,
away.
they failed.
Yeah. After that,
All
dude
right.
got
I mean,
blasted.
Good for them, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude
Makes
took
sense.
eight
It's one way to keep the top of your head on, for sure.
points
Yeah.
of damage. So now we're out of initiative, and you all you're just standing there, kind of in this cloud of dust.
Grab her bike.
Yeah.
That's loud.
I'll
I'll loot the body.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say same.
Yeah, let's get some scrap out of this, I guess.
Yeah, she's got a 6-gun with 4 slugs in it. She has an additional 4 slugs on a gun belt. She's got 12 bolts, which are just like the little common currency. She has a knife in her boot, just a regular knife. And yeah, a pretty solid motorcycle. It's the same V6 as yours. I gave you all the faster of the 2 motorcycle options. I will just say, game mechanically, it will be like an aesthetic choice for you. If you would like to replace your bike with hers, it does not seem to offer any advantage over your bikes. But it is a solid bike. It does not need anything done to it.
Can we take the push?
Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't have one, she's got one in her saddlebags, a rubber hose, so you can take the push out and get a half can of push out of the tank there.
All right.
I'm writing down rubber hose
Perfect. Yeah.
in case we need to beat somebody.
With a pool noodle.
Who's gonna take that 6-gun? Right now, I can't really do anything.
Take it.
It's
You should
yours.
have it.
But you can take it, Hess, because I don't know. You're taller.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't no good with it, but fair enough. I'll take the gun.
Oh, I was kind of hoping. All right, yeah.
Do you want? All right. Do you want?
No,
it?
I'm just kidding. You take it.
All right. It's a lot of mixed messages with you, man.
I
All right.
know. I feel. Yeah. I know.
All right. Sal will sort of trudge up over the hill with her gun over her shoulders, rolling her bike with her, and she gets into back to the group. She'll open up her satchel, revealing that she has a full can of
Hey, no, you got one and a half.
push just on the side of the bike that they were looking for earlier.
Can I get any
Love
good scrap off of this bike? Any good parts?
That's a good question.
Yes, totally. You can get I mean, you can get as much scrap as you can carry because the bike is in great shape, and you can kind of just take
Whatever the
little pieces
sort
of
of
it.
the best parts that I could get off of it.
But as far as
Kidney.
crafting goes, there are. Let me make sure I get the verbiage right. Where is it? Here we go. So there's scrap and there's like steel. Those are like raw ingredients. But to do cool, unique stuff with the crafting system, you need key parts, which are like unique little things, and they're kind of like generic catch-alls, and then the player can be creative with how they use them. But yeah, this bike has 4 key parts you can take out of it.
Nice.
Wow.
And those can be used again to do all sorts. Like, for example, if you wanted to convert a vehicle into a plains runner or a bushwhacker, you would use it. That takes 4 key parts. So,
Cool.
yeah.
That's great.
Nice.
And then you just kind of like you invent what the part is instead of having to worry about the entire anatomy of like a motor vehicle. You can kind of say like,
Yeah.
I want to make a little mine layer for my motorcycle. Great, that's probably gonna take at least one key part. Boom, you can do something creative like that.
Cool.
Great, you've got 4 key parts, and again, don't worry about track and scrap. Well, I'll assume you've got a lot of scrap.
Cool.
Love scrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine I would.
Because you're able to store it on your bike, so I'm sure you all have cargo nets and saddlebags just full of scrap metal and bits, and I have 4 key parts. And what would you all like to do as we wrap up this session? With you all standing here, you've kind of picked this corpse relatively clean.
We'll probably come back.
I think we just head further south, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it makes about sense. I mean,
Burn off into the south.
Great. So that's where we'll fade out on part 1 with you all saddling back up on your motorcycles and firing them up and roaring off to the south as you leave this picked over bike and body behind, and up ahead the buzzards have already been circling, and as soon as you're off and the roar of your engines have faded away, the buzzards begin to descend for their meal, and that's where we'll call this game, and we'll see next week, same day, same time.
Yeah.
If you are if you make any progress, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to Harlan Kelly and Jeff Tice for the those little assets with the music that we play. Those are great. Thanks for checking this out. We have a website, occupiedhex.com. If you want to join our mailing list, you might win some free dice and find out about games and stuff. And I'll put the Kickstarter chat in the chat again. We play D&D, Spelljammer D&D called Better Than Heroes. It's every Monday night over on twitch.tv/Better Than Heroes. It's a bunch of fun. We've been playing it forever. You can check out our archived games on YouTube. We're in the middle of a insane war that we're probably it doesn't look good. You should watch this Monday to see a war.
No show this Monday, actually.
That's right. No show. It's a rare week off for us because our DM is getting married. The enemy of Dungeons and Dragons, love. But we'll be back the following week with Better Than Heroes, and we'll be back with this game next Wednesday. So thanks again, y'all. I'm going to sit down with Jordan and figure out mechanically how to rocket a person off of a motorcycle into a human target and make sure that we can dial that in. And hopefully we'll
I think we figured it out.
Yeah.
Grapple.
yeah.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.